been identified where there are medicinal and spiritual uses. And this will be the start of our education materials for the Environmental Centre. This has to be locally relevant. We're not going to be talking about Mother Nature and pyramids of life. This is going to be practical education of why it is important to preserve the areas in which people live. And the book has already been built page by each individual. They work with us on the computer, and we hope to do an animal one as well as one on iron smelting, beekeeping, and have this whole series of books. And you'll see we now have a logo as well. And that logo with the paw print was drawn by a boy in the Mbamba village, and that will be the logo of the Environmental and Skills Training Centre. So what do all these activities and all this effort and all that we're doing mean for lions? Well, our lion population is going up. So I know they always say don't show you graphs, but this is an important one. In 2005, we had about 600 lions. In 2008, we had around 800 lions. In 2012, we counted the lions. We have between 1,000 and 1,200 lions in Niassa Reserve. And this is one of only 5 places in the world left that have more than 1,000 lions and the potential to still increase. And you've seen very few pictures of lions today, because this is a different project to the Wassa Lion Project. We often don't see our lions, and we often can't follow them. But we have camera traps out, and sometimes we get lucky. And this is a lion called Mapili with her first 2 cubs. And we are monitoring through camera traps. We don't often see them, but I get great joy at seeing the increase in the lion population when I know the individuals. And just last week, at Legenda Camp, which is the only ecotourism camp in Niassa, a lion was seen, a beautiful lion for Niassa. This is an old lion, and when he turned sideways, the ecotourism guide realized he had a collar on and sent us the pictures. I had no idea who this lion was. So I went back into our records. There were only 3 possibilities. 2 of them are too young, and the first one is a lion called Kampu. And Kampu was the first lion we ever collared in 2005. We lost him in 2007. He then reappeared. We recollared him in 2010, and we haven't seen him since. And now he's arrived at the Legenda Wilderness Camp. And we are so excited. This is not about individual lions, but sometimes certain individuals are important, and this is one of them. So what now? There's no time to rest. We really still have a lot to do. We need to pay attention. We need to make sure that the actions that we're putting into place don't cause unintended consequences. We need to collaborate.